senators who spoke this week with the Salem Radio Network. Senate Majority Leader John Thune believes confirming President Trump's executive nominees is a big job in the Senate and one of the top reasons why Republicans need to hold on to that majority.
We're going to have judges coming through. And the Senate is the place where those get confirmed.
Iran's foreign minister says lack of trust remains the biggest obstacle in negotiations to end the war with the U.S. President Trump earlier this week dismissed Iran's latest formal proposal as, in his words, garbage. The president still demanding a major rollback of Iran's nuclear activities. Ken Lorman has more on the U.S. effort to keep track of Iran's nuclear progress.
President Trump says the U.S. is closely monitoring Iran's nuclear material, highlighting Space Force surveillance that can identify individuals approaching storage in real time. He called securing that material a top priority and warned of decisive military action if Iranian forces try to access it. He is urging Tehran to comply with nuclear agreements.
That is Ken Lorman reporting. More from townhall.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now.
800-583-0141.
Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call
800-583-0141. That's 800-583-0141.
Tax Relief Advocates, real solutions for real people.
Nations across Asia are pushing for the use of more biofuels in transportation.
The idea is to slash dependence on imported fossil fuels, which have been disrupted by the Iran war. Asia is hardest hit by the ongoing energy shock since most of the fossil fuel shipments through the now closed Strait of Hormuz were Asia-bound. India is considering allowing vehicles to run on 85% or even 100% ethanol. Meanwhile, Indonesia and Malaysia are both racing to increase fuel blending with similar ambitions of cutting back on imported fuels. Keith Peters reporting.
Workers on New York's Long Island Railroad are on strike, paralyzing the busiest commuter rail system in North America.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast, brought to you by Chick-fil-A. This morning, mostly sunny with a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms, high near 84. Tonight, mostly cloudy with a low around 60 and a chance of showers and thunderstorms. As we look to Sunday, partly sunny with a high near 85 and a slight chance of thunderstorms. Currently, it's 69 and overcast. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
The Colonel's cooked up a new $10 bucket of the day just for you. Monday, 24 nuggets for $10. Tuesday, 8-piece fried chicken for $10. Wednesday, 10 wings for $10. Thursday, 8 tenders for $10. Friday, 24 nuggets for, oh, you guessed it, didn't you? $10. The $10 bucket of the day deal. Every weekday, only at KFC. It's finger-licking good.
Prices and participation vary while supplies last. Not available on third-party ordering platforms. Tax extra.
For nearly 50 years, the DuPage Senior Citizens Council and Kane Senior Council have been dedicated to serving seniors in DuPage and Kane counties. Established in 1975, the DuPage Senior Citizens Council is a volunteer-driven 501c3 non-for-profit organization committed to helping older adults live with dignity. From providing nutritious meals to offering support services, the Kane Senior Council is there every step of the way. With programs designed to enhance independence and quality of life, they're proud to make a difference in the lives of their senior neighbors. To learn more or to volunteer, visit them at 418B Airport Road in Elgin or head to their website at caneseniorcouncil.org. Give them a call at 630-338-0999. That's 630-338-0999. That's the Kane Senior Council, caring for seniors because they deserve to live with dignity and respect. Visit caneseniorcouncil.org or call 630-338-0999.
Time to wake up.
Yes!
And lock in to On the Rise.
Yes!
With host Mike Napolitano.
Cub fans have every right to be disappointed if this Cubs team continues on the trajectory that they're on and they miss the playoffs or, at best, get a wild card spot. You are cooked at that point.
Mamma mia!
Dalton Cooper.
Like, I would look out for my friends and be like, hey, you know, if you're ranking a little bit, I'm gonna let you know. I feel like that's a good friend. I'd be like, hey, did you smell yourself, or did you maybe did you fart? But something doesn't smell right.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
And Nick Johnston.
For the most part, to be fair, I don't want to completely, justify a sweep, but the Royals are red hot right now. Vinny Pasquantino might be Ted Williams reincarnated. I'm just kind of throwing that out there.
On WRMN 1410 AM, the voice of the Valley.
And welcome in, everybody, live and in person in the studio. It is indeed On the Rise here. Nick Johnston, Mike Napolitano on assignment, Dalton Cooper on the Zoom. And we got Derek Geyer in the studio today. How you doing, Derek?
I'm doing great. How are you, Nick?
Oh, fantastic.
Good to be here.
Fantastic. We're coming off of night one of the Crosstown Classic. We got some NBA basketball to get to. Got a couple of our NHL and NHL sitting in there as well. We also got Mike in here as well. There we go. Got a full crew in here today. Dalton, how you doing over there, bud?
Doing well. We're going to have a day today. The sun is, it's a beautiful day. So we've got so much going on, and let's just get into it. I'm pumped.
Absolutely. I got Mike over here. Mike, you in here? You in with us? You got something to say? That's okay. He might be on.
The disembodied, picture of, well, I have no idea what that is, but.
Exactly right. Well, let's not beat around the bush. Let's not waste any more time than we already have. Just this past couple seconds. Right here, right on the line with us, right away, we have the hitting coach, brand new hitting coach this past year for the White Sox. He had a nice little time this past week, getting some wins and all that. Derek Showman on the call today. Derek, how are you doing this morning?
I'm doing well, man. Like you said, I woke up, opened up the drapes in the hotel room. It's a sunny day, beautiful day. Excited to get to the yard for Game 2 of this Crosstown Classic. Last night, unbelievable environment. It was sick having everybody show up and pack the place, whether you're wearing black or blue. It was just, electric environment.
That for sure has been the consensus, about 40,000 strong, whether you're White Sox or a Cub fan screaming. Just a great environment for baseball, nevertheless. I had to ask just to start this off. Despite the loss last night, White Sox were coming in as one of the hottest teams, if not the hottest team in baseball at the moment. So what's been the overall morale? What's been the mindset in the clubhouse these past few weeks?
Yeah, it's been great, man. Like, I think if you've seen any of the interviews, even like the most recent one with like Eric Fetty talking about like the dugout being just a madhouse, like that is our culture and what you see in the dugout. Although it's chaotic, it kind of encapsulates just like how close these guys are with one another in the clubhouse, in the dugout, on the field. So it really is a group of guys that care about each other. They love each other. They work their asses off. And yeah, this stretch of really like these last 29 games has been awesome. It's been really cool to watch and see these guys pull together.
I've heard the comparison to like a college, like almost like a frat house type group, like that camaraderie. Is that a fair comparison, or am I off?
No, I think that's fair. Yeah, I think, the camaraderie is, for sure that of a frat house. It's just a bunch of young dudes that like are having fun doing what they're doing. They're having fun playing baseball. They get to the yard and they're excited about the work day and they're excited about the game that night. One of the biggest things I think is just their willingness to play all 9 innings, even if they're down or up big. It's just we're going to continue to play all 9, and I think even yesterday was an example of that. So scratching some runs late, but it's just a byproduct of how tight they are and kind of the culture that's been set in place.
Fantastic.
Hey, Derek, thank you for joining On the Rise today. Derek Showman, the hitting coach for the Chicago White Sox. Now, D, you are a Glenview, Illinois native. You went to Glenbrook South High School, and you've been a lifelong Sox fan. So I know from, the perspective of you've gone through this Crosstown Classic in the past as a fan, but what meaning or what extra meaning does it have for you now as the hitting coach for the Chicago White Sox?
Yeah, it's special for sure. And like I said, the environment was electric. Like whether it was, blue or black, like the place was packed. It was loud. Fans were engaging. It's super special, and it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. It really is a blessing. I think, you try to acknowledge it for a second, and then it's like, all right, get back into the moment, be present inside of the game. So, I looked around a couple times early on, and then, I just caught myself having to get back into the mix of what we were doing on the field between the lines.
Derek, Mike Napolitano here. It's been a pleasure to cover you guys and be able to talk to you throughout this first whole month and a half, almost 2 months of the season. But of course, we're here across town already, like we've been talking about. The Cubs come in getting swept by the Braves. White Sox come in with a sweep of the Kansas City Royals. So kind of destined for that collision course where the Cubs want to get back in the win column last night. But what's it going to take for these next two games to try to get back above? Well, you're sitting at 500 now, but it's been a while for Sox fans since they've been above 500, and to do it against the Cubs, I think would be great.
Yeah, I think, last night, honestly, we swung it well. I think, left some opportunities on base, the runners in scoring position situation, but I think just continuing to have good at-bats, continuing to make good swing decisions, we really prioritize that. And then over this last, 29-game stretch, our swing decisions have been great. The guys are forcing pitchers to get back into the strike zone. Really, I'm sure people out there want to hear that maybe there's something different we are doing tonight. Look, you want to capitalize on those runner and scoring position opportunities, but made good swing decisions, hit balls hard, drew some walks yesterday. That in itself, right? That is an indication of a good night offensively. So we'll just look to continue that and also acknowledge Cabby's got platinum stuff, man. I was with him in Miami last year. We knew going into it was going to be tough. It's a very good arm. I mean, every major league arm is good, right? But Cabby specifically has platinum stuff, and I've told Derek that in the past when he's asked. But yeah, I think it's just stay the course, continue, valuing the things we value and go from there.
And Cabby being Edward Cabrera.
Yep.
Yep. Clarifying, sorry.
That's right.
Go ahead, Dalton.
No, you're good. Derek, I appreciate your time. We obviously appreciate you joining us as well. I was just curious from a team standpoint. Obviously, I don't think going into the season, a lot of people would have projected the home run success this team has seen. They're fourth currently tied in the league with home runs. But you guys, the amazing stat to me is you're 27th in the league in at-bats. So you guys are really taking advantage of hitting those home runs with so many few at-bats. So would you say that's approach-based? Is that a certain, zone you're looking for, adjustments? Can you talk to the success you guys have seen that way?
Yeah. If you look at the first 15 games, I mean, we're pretty much last in every category, and it was just kind of us getting our feet wet and trying to figure out our identity as an offense. And then this last 29, I think our OPS is, over 800. It's an 802, and we're walking at almost an 11% clip. Really just, when that turned, it was about recommitting, not reinventing, recommitting to the things that we value, recommitting to doing hard stuff every single day, just like we were in spring training. And the guys responded exceptionally well to that. And I try to remain sensitive to as a hitting group, what we say to our players, right? Language is important. And what we do is try and say things always in the pursuit of freeing these guys up and allowing them to be themselves. So when they get in the box, they're free. They can be athletic. They can be explosive. And I think some of what you see comes from that, right? We're hitting some homers, and that's not necessarily because we're saying go and try and hit homers. It's a byproduct of making good swing decisions, having a plan, sticking to the plan. When you get that pitch, you're executing your swing. So it's been cool to watch.
Derek Schoen once again joining us here on the Rise. Derek, I had to ask. Of course, we've had some good. Usually, have some very good positive things throughout the year on the hitting side for some people. I just got to ask for one particular guy who's kind of struggling right now, Edgar Caro, switch hitting catcher for the White Sox. Just exactly that. He's no home runs so far, 7 RBIs on the year. What is it maybe that he has to do to change something up for him to get in the swing of things, or is it something that you believe that he has to do better?
Yeah, I think like he's sophomore season, so sophomore regression isn't abnormal. League has more info on you. They know how to attack you better than they did last year. I think like for him right now, it's a lot of timing based issues, and he's working through that of trying to put himself in a position where he can be on time more consistently and be able to move fastballs forward. But yeah, I mean, he's certainly doing the work. I know, he's frustrated, but he's just going to continue to put his head down and keep chipping away.
I want to quickly follow up. Someone threw out the idea that he might be overwhelmed or thinking too much on the ABS system. Is there any foot to that at all? Any legs to that at all?
Yeah, I mean, not that I've heard personally, right? But I'm sure that's just another factor. Is it's new, right? Trying to get accustomed to it, and whether he's experienced it before or not, it's happening at the major league level. So I'm sure there is a level of hey, this is just another thing I'm trying to work through, right? But yeah, it can certainly feel like it all comes at once, and it can be overwhelming. But like I said, Edgar's showing up. He's putting his head down. He's going to work, and he will continue to work through these things. And it can't fall, or people can't, lose sight of the fact that he's 23 years old, right? He's a Major League Baseball player, but he's a 23-year-old, and he's still working through it. And no doubt that with the work he's putting in, it will turn, and he will get out of this thing just fine.
Hey, Derek.
One more time here. So about a couple weeks ago, I threw a stat at you in the dugout that was when the White Sox are scoring 5 or more runs, they also have the highest ERA in the league. But when they're scoring fewer than 5 runs, they're also holding their opponents to less. I think it's different now. I haven't checked an updated stat on that, but I would imagine based on the amount of wins and getting to 500, that has changed. You've also seen the White Sox come back from a 4-1 deficit last night. So tell me a little bit about offensively. Is it a lot of the small ball? Because I'm currently sitting here at banana ball where they don't like bunting, but it's such an incredible part of the game that's kind of coming back. And tell me your implication strategy a little bit behind this White Sox offense.
Yeah, like I said earlier, it's all 9 guys playing all 9 innings every night. That's consistent messaging from us. That's something that the guys are bought into, that they're actually making actionable on a nightly basis. As far as the bunting goes, yeah, I mean, we have bunters, so we're going to employ those guys when we can. And Dino and Will and the other guys on staff have done a really good job, not only talking about it to make it important, but making sure that the guys are practicing it. And then kudos to the guys for, daily time practicing it. So it's like anything else. You want to do something and you want to make it important, then you need to practice it. You need to talk about it. And our guys have done that. Tristan Peters of the world and Derek Hills and some of these other dudes, they value it. It is a part of our offense. This is what makes it fun. Is it's not just all slug. We do have guys that'll lay it down for base hit or move a guy over. So. Yeah, it's just another weapon. But as all things, if you want to do something, you just got to practice it.
Hey, Derek, it's Derek. Now, you just mentioned that the last 29 games, everything is picked up. How much to do or maybe not to do is this in part with the joint or Sam Antonacci joining the White Sox 27 games or so ago?
Yeah, Sam Antonacci brings a fiery type of baseball, right, between the lines. I'm quoted calling him a psychopath, and I think for good reason. His teammates would agree with that. He fits right into the clubhouse. He's right in the mix with the guys. And, yeah, it certainly helps, right? When you have a guy that's going to bust ass, legging out the double the other night, hitting himself in the head when he gets hit by pitch. There's just a level of fire there that I think is contagious, and other guys feel that. And so, yeah, it certainly helps. Sam is not the only reason, for sure. There's a bunch of other guys contributing, which is also another cool part of this thing. But Sam certainly is a part of this, and I believe that his temperament and the way that he plays the game is contagious, and it's helping other guys kind of jump back on board.
No, 100%. You were talking about other guys, obviously the team effort, all 9 guys, all 9 innings. Can you speak to the effect or maybe the impact that Randall has brought to the team since the organization picked him up?
Yeah, this is like 213 or 14 career home runs in the big leagues. That's eclipsed over 11 years of service time. There is immense value in having a guy like that. I know the younger hitters for a fact love it because there's so much knowledge to be pulled from that brain of his, on top of what he can do with the bat. I mean, we've seen him come up clutch now a few times, and that's awesome to have, right? It's a great compliment for, a young core group of players, and then you got this guy that's really done it and been successful at a high level for a very long time. So, happy to have Randall here. That was a really, really big pickup, and it's fun having him a part of the group.
Oh, fantastic. Mike, you got one more?
Yeah, actually. So, Derek, we've talked about you having the athletes' headquarters here, and we want to try to promote it as much as possible on WRMN. It's been great to work with the ladies when they helped us with the live show for the NFL draft, but also mutual connection through a friend of mine, CJ. Tell me a little bit about what that team does for you. And it sounds like there could be some expansion to St. Louis as well.
Yeah, so we have I have Athletes HQ, which is the indoor baseball and softball training facility. We just expanded to a St. Louis franchise that's going to be full go here shortly. That puts us at 4 total locations. So Athletes headquarters, my best friend and I started in 2018, and been awesome to watch Jordan work and see this thing grow. And I say that because I'm gone for 7 months of the year. Jordan pulls all the weight, but on the facility front, I think just seeing the growth over this time and being able to own a business in a sport that you love and be able to serve a lot of really, really good families and kids has been amazing. And then obviously the Athletes Headquarters Foundation, which is a nonprofit charity that I've started with a friend of mine, Megan Beeble, and Megan has been on the show with me twice already this year. They're doing fantastic work over there. I think you alluded to that with the NFL draft party, and they were present. So a lot of good stuff on both fronts as far as Athletes HQ and the Athletes Headquarters Foundation.
Fantastic. Again, Derek Shulman, White Sox hitting coach, joining us here on the Rise this morning. Just a couple quick ones before we head on out. This one right here, just a short term or a long term. What goals of the season have you accomplished, and what are on the horizon? What new goals are on the rise right now for the White Sox?
It's like daily goals, dude. Like I said, it's like you're just fighting to play all 9 innings, right? So you have to take it quite literally, one game at a time, and then you wake up the next morning and you reevaluate that game, take away anything you need to take away, and move on to the next one. I'm can't overstate how proud I am of this group, but understand that the work's not done. We have to continue to go out and do the right things and be prepared for that night and that night only. And then as far as what we're thinking of moving forward, I think it's important to kind of evaluate, hey, during these really good stretches, is there anything that's being overlooked because we're playing well? So it's an interesting take, but it's certainly an important one to go, okay, are we missing anything right now just because we are playing well? It feels really good. Is there something that's there that we maybe need to get ahead of? That's kind of where my head goes and where the department's head goes. So I'd say, we're just going to continue the course as of right now.
That's awesome. Really quick, one good one to go off of. Derek had a good question for you just to finish this off.
Okay, with the college and frat-like environment in the dugout and in the clubhouse, have you gotten any of the new guys to Chicago to try Malort?
No, I have not. I haven't even thought of it now till you said it, but maybe we'll pull that out on an off day or something. We'll have to wait and see.
I think Mooney would like some.
The player of the game gets a shot.
Maybe get him some deep dish pizza first.
I feel like it would be one guy that would do it, and then it would be over with.
But it'd be a viral video.
Yeah. We're just gonna we'll stick to the whole the music bit and DJing after the game and all that good stuff. But yeah.
Thanks, Joe. Appreciate it.
Again, appreciate the time,
some
Derek.
Deep dish pizza first, not Malort. Oh gosh.
Yeah.
But Derek, I will be there on Sunday. I'll see you in person. I hope that ends up being the rubber match. So good luck tonight, and good luck the rest of the weekend. I'll let you boys take it out if you had anything else.
Yeah, no, that was basically it from here. Derek Showman, again, White Sox hitting coach for the White Sox. Oh, well, there you go. That makes sense. Any other final thoughts there, Derek, before we head on out?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Or Derek Geyer?
No, you, Mr. Showman.
No. I appreciate. I'm sorry, I got confused there. Hey, I appreciate you guys.
That's my bad. Too many Dereks.
Great. You guys are great. We'll do it again. And yeah, go Sox.
Go Sox indeed. Appreciate the time. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Show.
That was, again, Derek Showman right there for the White Sox. The White Sox hitting coach. Yeah, too many Dereks. Too many Dereks for sure.
We've got Cubs Derek and we've got Sox Derek, so it's all evened out.
Hey, listen, I was being respectful today. I did not have my my Cubs hat on, as a show of respect for Derek Showman. So thank you.
Yeah.
Bite me.
Well, that was, that was Derek Showman, White Sox hitting coach. We got about 2 minutes here before we got our first commercial break in.
Can we talk about the playoff atmosphere from last night?
Yeah, that's exactly what I want to get to. What were your thoughts on that one, Dalton? Go ahead.
I mean, just through the TV screen, I could feel it. Like, I don't know if you saw the clips on social media, but like the lines to get in to the stadium or the field last night were just insane. Like, I didn't go, but I just seeing it on TV. I don't know if anybody else checked it out or like went, but you brought it up, and I was just like, I'm glad I wasn't the only one that was like, oh wow, this does feel like a big game.
Yeah, I had a couple of buddies that were there. Exactly that. The idea of playoff atmosphere was the same feeling, just a feeling of excitement on both ends that you haven't had, because White Sox versus Cubs haven't been over 500 playing each other since 2008.
Yeah.
So a bit of, like I said, a different change, a different taste in everyone's mouth right there. Again, on the up and up, again on the rise, as we say over here, for all the White Sox getting better and get into it. Of course, with the same expectations for the Cubs. Again, it's World Series or bust for that end. So
yeah, and one of the things that I noticed is in watching parts of the Chicago White Sox broadcast last night on CHSN is the fact that they were showing clips and videos from the very beginning of the game where the players are just like looking around the stadium, going like, oh my God, holy Smurf, look at this. It's a packed house, and, I know they felt it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, again, Derek Showman early on was going, he's been young enough to see the Crosstown Classic as a fan, as a player. But, yeah, again, for the actual players themselves having to exactly experience the atmosphere that is a loud crowd. I mean, I know it's not exactly the same, but going to that blackout game in 2021 against the Houston Astros, like that playoff atmosphere, that was electric. That was nothing like I've ever been to any sort of crowd. So I can only imagine for the same feeling, the same want going on a Crosstown Classic. So exactly that. So exactly right. Round 1 concludes 10-5 final last night. Looking for a better round 2 matchup for the White Sox as Davis Martin's on the mound.
You'll get it tonight.
I think so. With a 1.7 ERA, he's looking really good. Hopefully, like I mentioned, between Murakami, Colson Montgomery, and others getting the at-bats that they need.
Yeah, not to mention Jamison Tyone's on the mound for the Cubs, and I'm not really sold on him this season.
Exactly right. So, with that being said, we got a little bit of, we can kind of reminisce on a little bit of baseball if we want, but of course we got some NHL and some AHL playoff talk as we got the Wolves. They're up 1-0 in their series, and we got a whole slew of professional hockey to talk about. So that's usually when I kick my feet up and take a break and let these two go.
Yeah, no kidding.
So stick around, more On the Rise when we return.
Progressive presents the Sports Flash on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN.
The Cubs shut out the Braves 2-0 on Thursday in Atlanta. Purcell suffered the loss. He's 6-3. Chicago snapped a 4-game losing skid and ended Atlanta's 4-game winning streak. 5 Cubs pitchers combined for the shutout. Ben Brown made his second straight start after starting the season with 12 appearances on in the bullpen. Just 1 hit allowed over 4 innings with 7 strikeouts. Cubs righty Edward Cabrera starts against White Sox right-hander Sean Burke in the opener of a 3-game road series tonight on the South side. The White Sox are riding a 5-game winning streak after a 6-2 win over Kansas City on Thursday. Randall Grichuk hit a 2-run homer and drove in 4 runs. The NFL released its schedule on Thursday. The Bears open the season on the road at Carolina on Sunday, September the 13th. The home half of the schedule opens a week later against the Vikings. Save big when you bundle auto and home, renters, or condo with Progressive.
I'm Chuck Sanders on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN.
This deer season, John Deere wants to give you the home field advantage. We're bringing you the best offers of the season, whether that's cash off on select new machines or a shot at the ultimate Major League Baseball prize package. Because right now, you can enter for a chance to win an MLB All-Star experience for you and 3 friends, complete with travel and lodging for All-Star Week this July. Deer season is going on now through June 3rd. Visit johndeere.com/deer season to enter and view the offers and complete contest rules. Major League Baseball trademarks used with permission.
Hey, John, why so glum?
I just got let go. The company's downsizing. This is the 3rd time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
All the other planter box treatments, they're playing catch-up. BioBoost doesn't just replace talc and graphite. It uses microbes to fuel early vigor and drive season-long performance, helping corn and soybeans deliver at least a 3 times return on investment. That's a yield advantage of 7.41 bushel per acre on corn and a 3.92 yield advantage on soybeans. Get BioBoost today. Visit bwfusion.com/trustthedust to learn more.
Is back or neck pain keeping you from living the life you love? At St. Joseph Hospital in Elgin, our spine specialists help patients get back to moving, working, and enjoying life again, often with minimally invasive treatments and faster recovery. The care you need, the expertise you trust, right here in your community. Visit stjosephelgin.com to schedule a consultation. St. Joseph Hospital, celebrating 125 years of compassionate care.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast, brought to you by Primatene Mist. This afternoon, mostly sunny with a high near 84. A slight chance of showers and thunderstorms. Tonight, mostly cloudy with a low around 60. A chance of showers and thunderstorms. Looking ahead to Sunday, partly sunny with a high near 85. A chance of showers and thunderstorms. Currently, it's 71 and clear. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
Meet Morgan Jones. Morgan is about to step into a world unknown to most, thanks to Progressive's Renters Insurance, a place of fresh linens and turn-down service. You see, Morgan temporarily vacated her apartment and has gone to a hotel because a pipe burst in her apartment, a pipe that made her sense of reality and apartment ceiling all come crashing down. Luckily, Morgan checked into Progressive's Protection Zone. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Ready to rock and roll. Just got done talking to Derek Showman, White Sox hitting coach. Right now, we're going to switch it up. I'm going to pass the ball over to Mike Napolitano, as he's got Joe Lytle in there. What's going on, Mike?
No worries, gentlemen. We are here at Victory Field, and I am joined now by one of the latest additions. Well, I guess everything's a late addition when you're a brand new team, but the Indianapolis Clowns. We met you last year playing for the Firefighters, but it is Joe Lytle here, the Mullet King, to join us on the Rise. Joe, what has been Banana Ball like as a whole?
Dude, it's been so special. I mean, honestly, there's not really any other job you can do what we get to do. Like, our job is to literally break the fourth wall and interact with the fans and have fun with them. Like, and play baseball. Come on now.
Too good. I'll switch it over to the guys for a sec. Did you guys have any questions for Joe coming in?
Go ahead, Dalton, if you got one.
Yeah, I was just curious, from going from a high school baseball player in Oklahoma and now playing for the Indianapolis Clowns in Banana Ball and playing for a manager like Ryan Howard. I mean, could you just take me back? If you could talk to that high school kid and tell him what your life was going to be like looking forward. I mean, just tell me how surreal that is, and just kind of like the day-to-day of what it's like being around Ryan and what it's like being around this like brand new Clowns organization.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy. I mean, I would tell high school Joe, just keep having fun playing the game, enjoy what you're doing, and, you're going to end up somewhere pretty special. And dude, being able to be around Ryan Howard whenever he's around is so awesome. And he showed up yesterday, and I was like, yo, we're putting your undefeated record to the test because we're 2-0. Well, we were 2-0 until we lost last night. Oh, well, part of the game. It's banana ball. It'd be like that. But it's awesome getting to talk to him and guys like Jackie Bradley Jr. It's crazy. I've been a Red Sox fan my entire life, right? So Jackie Bradley Jr. got drafted 1-1 overall, and then I get drafted later that night, and I'm like, oh, my God, I'm teammates with Jackie Bradley Jr. I've watched him play so many baseball games. That's insane.
Yeah, that's nuts. Derek, did you have Derek or Nick from the studio? How about you guys?
What is one of the big things that you've like really been honing in on, for this season?
That's a good question. I feel like stepping more into like a leadership role with me having now this is my 4th season in Banana Ball, and there's only 4 returners on our team, right? And we have this entire new group of guys, and honestly, I've never really been that kind of guy that necessarily leads. I've just kind of been there, but like getting that trust from the organization and that role, it's really special, honestly. And that's something I've been really working hard and like trying to fall into that.
Well, as I mentioned last year, we saw you on the Firefighters. Now you're a clown, so I guess I should throw this on in the meantime and get with the program here. Also, this is a blue microphone top for WRMN and for the Clowns, not for the Chicago Cubs this weekend, but I will throw
you got to toss that out there, right?
Yeah, I had to throw that in there. But I mean, Joe, last year, I'd say you stood out with the Firefighters as well. We got a chance to meet you and Marshall Schill. We had Marshall on the show a little while back. Tell me something behind the scenes about Marshall, something about rooming with him or even just playing on the team with him.
Marshall Schill, he takes a case of beef with him everywhere. He has to have his beef. If we're going on the road, he has his container of beef with him. It doesn't matter. Like, he has to have his beef. He loves beef.
That's weird. We've heard like athletes have like a backpack full of like either medical stuff or like their coffee or they like their energy drinks a certain way. But beef is interesting. He'd get along with Chicagoans, I'd say. So it must have been glorious for him to be there. He's a beefcake himself.
He is a beefcake. You don't get that big without eating some beef.
Well, you guys fall last night, a tough 9th inning against the Party Animals here, but this is the first time that the Indianapolis Clowns are back in Indianapolis since their historic pastime. I mean, what does it mean to you, and how are you going to get back in the win column here tonight?
It's honestly, it's so surreal. Like, to bring back the Clowns to Indianapolis after so long is so awesome. It's amazing that we're revamping this historic brand. You know what I mean? Like, and to honor all the legends that came before us, like on the field like we did last night, I think that's such a key piece to what we're doing. And what was the other part of that?
How are you going to get back in the win column?
Oh, yeah. Dude, I mean, it's still baseball at the core. So it's like every other day, it's anybody's game. We just got to keep doing what we're doing, play hard, hopefully the ball rolls our way.
Hey, Joe, I do have a question for you. Now, as a former college baseball player, I know that playing college ball is difficult.
Yes.
Playing banana ball is just, to me, bananas because of all the trick plays and everything that you guys do. Yeah. How much more practice is involved with doing that?
Honestly, it's about the same amount of practice, to be honest, but it's just the practice is a little different. Like, you're not just taking ground balls normal. Like, every ground ball you're taking is a trick. It's not normal. Like, if you're doing a normal play, we're like, bro, what are you doing? Like, work on your bag. You know what I mean? Like, get in your bag, like, find some new tricks, like, figure something out that is going to wow people. You know what I mean? And, like, it's still the same practice, but, like, the only thing different is the dancing and that kind of stuff. That's the only difference. truthfully. Like the baseball side of it, still the same. We're just doing tricky stuff.
A couple of different rules in banana ball, and as you mentioned, though, there's a rehearsal side to the practice. But a couple of different rules include there's no bunting, no stepping out of the box, no walks, because now every player on the team has to touch the ball, and you get to run around and take as many bases as you want. We've noticed some of the strategy that gets included into a game like baseball that's already very complex. But tell me a little bit about how you're evolving the game in that way. I've noticed everybody that touches the ball, like they all kind of group up around second base because that runner is rounding first and looking at second, but you're trying to just hold him there, yeah?
Yeah, 100%. You're trying to hold that guy from getting to center base. I mean, you look back last night and we had a wild pitch get to the backstop on a ball 4, and he got to third because we just couldn't whip it around the infield fast enough to get him. You know what I mean? So, and it also like has an entire different strategy into it because whenever you get to 3-0, those infielder or those outfielders have to move in a little bit because they got to crash to try to beat that guy to second base, right? But if I hammer a ball to center field, I'm gonna burn them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like that's happened before. Like in I think it was last year in Baltimore. The Meadows playing in. I think it was a 3-0 count, and I smoked the ball, and he dove a little slow to get up, and I hit an inside park home run. It was crazy. That's not happening if he's playing in regular depth. You know what I mean? That doesn't happen if we don't have the ball for a sprint.
Right, yeah.
Again, with all the outside factors that banana ball brings and all the fun that comes with it as well, how do you find the balance of being an athlete still, but also now being a sports entertainer to a certain extent, almost like a WWE type athlete?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think the best way to describe it is it's like a flip the switch, right? Gillum says it all the time. He's got a t-shirt that with it says flip the switch. You kind of got to go into baseball mode and entertainer mode like that. Like when I'm at the plate, I'm grinding. Like if he throws a ball, like it happened last night, first pitch ball, and then a song was playing that I really liked. I did a little singing, and then I like got back locked in. You know what I mean? So it's kind of just being able to go back and forth from entertaining and like focused and learning, like, and honing that in. You know what I mean? Like really focusing on being able to do that because it's not easy, honestly. It's really not. Like my first year, I really struggled with it. I was too competitive most of the time, honestly. I was a little less entertaining. But now I've really felt the adjustment in myself, and I can tell that I've made that adjustment. It's cool. It's fun.
You always see a lot of guys breaking their bats when they're frustrated in like regular baseball, but these guys got to do it with a smile on their face, right? No matter what's going on, you always got to be happy and have the entertaining side of things too. So that's awesome. Do you guys have anything else for Joe?
Actually, I do have one question. Now, you just mentioned flipping the switch, being the entertainer, being the baseball player. What do you do after the game is over, after you've been in front of, like, I don't know, like a gazillion people at the huge, stadiums and everything that you guys are touring these days? What do you personally do to, decompress and just like, oh my God, that's over with now. Now I got to just find myself, I guess.
Yeah. Honestly, it takes a while to come down off of that. I usually don't get to bed till like 1 a.m. So that's kind of tough sometimes. But it's just like the adrenaline rush. You know what I mean? It's just part of it. It's part of the atmosphere that we bring here. And I love board games. Me and a few of my teammates, we play Catan almost every night. If you've ever heard of Catan, it's my favorite board game of all time. I've been playing it for like 10 years. Shout out to Frenchie for showing it to me in college. Yeah, that's about it. And hanging out. Marinating, as we like to say.
Shout out, Frankie.
We like to marinate in the clubhouse for a little bit.
Nice. Can you tell me what it's like? You said you want to be more of a leader and more of, kind of that presence and entertainer and things. So can you tell me what kind of pressure is it like being the best mullet in banana ball? I mean, there's got to be quite.
Dude, honestly, it's not
presence,
that
right?
much pressure whenever it looks like this. You know what I mean? Some people think that length equals greatness, but I don't. Like, if it's lengthy and it doesn't really look great, it's kind of, you know what I mean? Like, It's on the shoulders. It's curly. It's beautiful. It's shiny. I don't know. I think best mullet in banana ball, hands down.
Hey, I do have one follow-up question. Is there a tip that you could give Mike to work on his mustache?
We both have the hair and mustache combo. You got it way better than I do. I'll tell you, I got the hockey flow, but I can't do a mullet.
I got you. You just let it grow, and once it starts getting into your mouth, you just push it over. That's it.
Yeah, I usually trim it when it starts to touch my lip.
Push it over. Like if I pulled mine down, it's like in my mouth. But like I've gotten to the point where I train it to where it starts to kind of grow that way. You know what I mean? That's how it gets a little thicker.
We're doing all right here, right? It's not peach fuzz. It's a little bit of caterpillar, yeah. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, Joe, thank you so much for joining us. We look forward to seeing you out on the field tonight. Maybe we'll grab you for an interview as well. But yeah, we'll catch up with you a little bit, and we're gonna switch gears here. But it was a pleasure to talk to you and pick your brain.
Thanks for talking to you guys.
Thanks, Joe. Appreciate it. Good luck with the rest of the season.
Thanks,
Great
Joe.
talking.
Have fun.
Yeah. Thanks, Joe. Will. Take care.
All right, gentlemen. We're here in Indianapolis at Victory Field. We'll have more from you here in just a moment, but I'll kick it back to you guys in the studio.
For sure. Well, I'll quickly. I'm gonna if I can, I'm gonna throw it back to you. Actually, what were your thoughts, questions, concerns last night at last night's Banana Ball between was it the Clowns and the Firefighters? Am I mistaken, or Party Animals?
They got the Party Animals here.
Okay. I mean, it's one in 4
have been
chance.
Electric to watch. Clowns have been historic to watch. So you get a little bit of that parody there. It's such a cool atmosphere here. Victory Field is just an amazing minor league ballpark. I mean, it's been, I think, voted best minor league ballpark in America various times, and you could see why. I mean, you've got a beautiful downtown Indianapolis skyline in the background. It's not quite the Chicago skyline. Maybe we get a couple of stadiums here in the next coming years that have that skyline in the background, but it has been outstanding to really get a chance to see the Banana Ball action come to Indy and all the feelings that it brings with it, whether that's like I said, the historical side for the Clowns, but also just the fun vibes of the Party Animals. And Banana Ball is a completely different animal once you see it live. A lot of people are like naysayers about, hey, it's not really baseball. Well, if you go in thinking you're going to see a baseball game, you're going to be disappointed, right? You're seeing a show, and it is absolutely one of the best shows in sports right now.
Yeah, I was gonna kind of mention that or ask him that, but I think he actually hit it off he actually got to it. He's like, it's at the end of the day, it's still baseball to a certain extent. Like, it's you still got to get out there. It could be anyone's game. So I think that is really cool. A course, we'll see Banana Ball and all that jazz later on. Even in the Chicagoland area, got Wrigley. They'll be playing at Wrigley Field later on this summer. But we're gonna take a little reset. We'll get a quick little thing right here. We're going to have more On the Rise when we return. We're talking some playoff action across the board. Stay tuned.
When disaster strikes, flood or fire, every second counts. At Emergency Construction Group, they specialize in immediate response and same-day service for any residential, commercial, or industrial emergency across the Chicagoland area. With over 30 years of experience, they've got the expertise, manpower, and equipment to handle any size loss. fast. They follow strict IICRC guidelines to restore your property the right way, the first time. Their team values transparency, constant communication, and strong ethical standards because your peace of mind matters. Licensed, bonded, and insured, they're here for you 24/7, 365 days a year. Call 855-4ECG now. That's 855-432-4669. Or visit their website at emergencyconstructiongroup.com and let Emergency Construction Group put your life back together one step at a time. That's Emergency Construction Group. Your satisfaction is their passion.
Your kids could get free or low-cost health coverage from Medicaid or CHIP. Even if you've applied before, they may be eligible now. Kids up to age 19 are covered for checkups, vaccines, dentist visits, hospital care, and more. And if they already have Medicaid or CHIP, remember to renew every year. Visit insurekidsnow.gov or call 877-KIDS-NOW. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
This year, America's First Responders Fest 2025 was a huge success, and we couldn't have done it without the Village of Burlington and Village President Mary Kay Welsen. Your support helped bring the Fox River Valley together in the Village of Hampshire to celebrate the heroes who keep us safe every day. Thank you, Village of Burlington, for standing behind America's First Responders Fest 2025 and for standing with those who serve.
Hey, I've been thinking about replacing my windows, but I have no idea where to start. Isn't it a huge hassle?
Not with Window Concepts. We make the whole process simple, from your first consultation to professional installation.
Really? I always thought it would take forever and cost a fortune.
Actually, we offer premium, energy-efficient windows at affordable prices and even flexible financing options, including 0% for 18 months.
Okay, well, that definitely helps. But what about quality?
We've been a family-owned business for over 40 years, and we take pride in expert craftsmanship and honest service. Plus, our windows are designed to improve comfort and lower your energy bills.
So, you handle everything?
Everything! We start with a free consultation, give you a custom quote, and then install your windows with precision and care.
That sounds easy.
It is. Window Concepts, we keep it simple, no gimmicks, just great windows and great service.
All right, I'm in. How do I get started?
Call Window Concepts today for your free quote, and let's turn your dream windows into reality. Call 847-621-2680.
And welcome back, folks. On the Rise in the building, live in the WRMN studios, 1410, ready to rock and roll. Guys, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna throw it over to you. Give me some hockey. Give me some puck-chasing action to talk about, because I know we got professional hockey all the way across the board, already getting into the conference finals for both of them. And then, of course, more local side. We got Chicago Wolves taking advantage of getting up in their series. So, guys, I'll toss it over to you, Dalton or Mike, whoever wants to take the reins here. Go for it. Talk to me about some hockey.
Do that hockey, baby.
Yeah, do that hockey thing. Well, one of you has to talk. Go ahead, Dalton.
Yeah, come on, Michael.
I got you. Well,
Connor Bedard signing a 10-year, $100,000 million contract.
She's headed home early for weather, but she's also going to be at the game tonight. So Griffins and Wolves tonight. Wolves are up in the series 1-0. It's been electric in the Calder Cup playoffs, but it's been electric in the Stanley Cup playoffs as well. Dalton, did you see a 5-game series between the Avalanche and the Wild? I thought it was at least going 6, but no.
No, I was very sad. I wanted to see 7. I figured, but the Central's always a bloodbath. I mean, and Minnesota blows that 3-1 lead in Game 5. It just, I don't know. I don't know what you could do to beat this Colorado Avalanche team. Nathan McKinnon redeems himself from the Olympic blunder that he had.
Yes.
He has the same shot, puts it right by his ear of Wallstead, and yeah, I mean they look like a juggernaut right now, and there's not much you could do to slow them down.
Canadians are punching their ceiling right now because they're so mad that he couldn't do that for them in the gold medal game, but then he does it for an American team in Colorado against the Wild. But yeah, what an incredible series, despite it going a little bit shorter than we thought. I want to zip over to the East, though, too. Boy, oh boy, this Carolina Hurricanes team, are they finally real? They're 8-0 in these playoffs right now. As a man who covered them for a couple of years with a podcast, I always thought that they were like that one step away, And in a year where there's not a whole lot of juggernauts in the East right now and everybody's beating each other up, do they stay undefeated on this cup run?
Well, Mike, they played the 8th best team and the 7th best team. Like, right. To go 8-0, I feel like, and this is not unheard of. Yes, it's a great accomplishment. Don't get me wrong, but to say that they're back or they're a juggernaut, I think Montreal and Buffalo is going. Either one of them, whoever wins that series, is going to be the best team by far that Carolina has seen on their run so far. But I'm not sleeping on Montreal. Their power play is ridiculous. I think they could have the best power play in the playoffs, like pound for pound, and probably for the next 5 to 10 years. So I don't know. I'm starting to believe in the Habs magic a little bit. That building is just unlike any place that you can go play. But I still think the winner comes out of the West.
We've seen some incredible coaching, whether it's been Coach Quenneville or and many Chicagoans, of course, remember him, but also Martin St. Louis, and you see what he's done with this Canadiens roster. Buffalo just has the stars. I'm interested to see how that one eventually plays out. But as you said, it will probably be one of the toughest teams that Carolina has played thus far in the playoffs. Now, people are saying Mickey Mouse run, and yeah, they've played the 2nd and 8th best teams. Okay, but it's still the Stanley Cup playoffs. You still got to get your wins. It's still going to be tough out there. But I do also see the argument of, like, you can make that argument of, hey, they've had a little bit easier of a run. Like, I saw a video earlier this week, and they were saying, oh, well, if you're going to call it the toughest trophy to win in all of sports, you can't also make the argument that it's an easy route. And it's like, yeah, but you can. Like, if it is an easier route, I'm not saying it's easy. I'm not saying it's a cakewalk, but they're making it look like such. And their AHL franchise and our Chicago Wolves are doing that as well. They go the full 5 games with the Texas Stars. Unfortunately, they could have won in Game 4, 10 seconds away from that victory we talked about last week. But they do get the win in Game 5, and now they're on to play a very tough Grand Rapids team. I was talking about, like, the parallels, not to switch over into AHL too much again, because we kind of already previewed that. But this Texas team was a team that had their number all year. Well, this Grand Rapids team's tougher, but the Wolves have had their number all year. So we'll see if they can get the victories against them. Game 3 will be at home on Tuesday night at the Allstate Arena. And if they need a Game 4, they'll have a 7 p.m. puck drop on Thursday. So, gentlemen, when we return, we will have 2008 World Series champion and now Indianapolis Clowns primetime coach Ryan Howard joining us on the show right here from Victory Field. So I'm excited for that one, but I'll kick it back to you guys in the studio.
Oh, that's going to be fantastic. Couldn't have said it better myself there, Mike. Getting all the guys, getting all the interviews, big time names, big time.
The big piece.
Yeah, exactly right. Man, he's probably hit a home run that still hasn't landed yet. When we return, Ryan Howard with us on the Rise. Join us in just a little bit. Stick around.
The road ahead can be unpredictable, but with the right partner, you're always moving forward. At Heartland Bank in Hampshire, we're with you. Every mile, every milestone. From savings to small business lending, we offer local decisions and personal service that gets you where you're going. Stop in at 819 Warner Street or call 847-683-4444. Heartland Bank, proud sponsor of America's First Responders Fest. Welcome to WRMN, your trusted voice in the Fox River Valley for over 75 years. We bring you fact-based news, good faith discussions, and entertainment that brings people together. From national headlines to local stories, WRMN is your home for thoughtful dialogue and community engagement. No matter the time of day, where you're listening from, or who you are always welcome here. Thanks for making us a part of your day. This is the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
Your hometown radio station since 1949. We are WRMN, AM 1410, Elgin time.
Mike Harmon, weeknights at 10 p.m. Eastern.
Brought to you by Cintas.
Aurora police say a local criminal investigation was underway Thursday near Galena Boulevard and West Lawn Avenue, prompting a heavy police presence in the area. Officials did not release details about what happened, but stressed there was no active or ongoing threat to the community. Residents were asked to avoid the area or use alternate routes while officers continued their investigation. Police say updates are expected as more information becomes available. Plainfield police say a 43-year-old Braidwood man was arrested after a traffic stop at Route 59 and Route 30 early April 29th when officers observed observed him disobeying a traffic control device. Police reported signs of intoxication during the stop and said he failed sobriety tests. Officers also found 5 bottles of alcohol and 2 cannabis pens in the vehicle. He was charged with DUI and multiple related offenses, including possession of open alcohol and unlawful possession of cannabis by a driver. New Social Security data shows Olivia and Liam remain the most popular baby names nationwide for 2025, with only small shifts in rankings across most states. In Illinois, the top baby names were Liam for boys and Olivia for girls, reflecting continued consistency with national naming trends. Budget Airlines, Allegiant Air, and Sun Country Airlines have officially completed a merger, creating a larger discount carrier serving nearly 175 cities and more than 650 routes. The deal comes as airlines face soaring fuel costs and follows a recent shutdown of Spirit Airlines, with both companies saying the merger will expand affordable travel options for passengers. A bison calf has been born at Kane County's Burlington Prairie Forest Preserve, the first in more than 200 years, as part of a tribal-led restoration effort. The calf joins a reintroduced herd of 7 bison living in a 32-acre tallgrass prairie that was carefully restored after being nearly erased in Illinois. Officials say the birth is part of a broader rematriation effort led with the American Indian Center, aimed at restoring land, culture, and relationships between indigenous communities and the ecosystem.
I'm Ryan Gatenby with your news flash.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Joe Fallon did something smart. He saved hundreds on auto insurance switching to Progressive. With that money, he commissioned a portrait of himself. Does Joe already know what he looks like? Yes. Do guests know what he looks like? Also yes. But not as art. It's Joe's savings, and if he wants to spend it on a velvet painting of himself with a white tiger at his feet, we say, roar, Joe, roar. Switch and see if you could save with Progressive and treat yourself. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Progressive presents the Sports Flash on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN.
The NFL released its schedule on Thursday. The Bears open the season on the road at Carolina on Sunday, September the 13th. The home half of the schedule opens a week later against the Vikings. The Cubs shut out the Braves 2-0 on Thursday in Atlanta. Purcell suffered the loss. He's 6-3. Chicago snapped a 4-game losing skid and ended Atlanta's 4-game winning streak. 5 Cubs pitchers combined for the shutout. Ben Brown made his second straight start after starting the season with 12 appearances out of the bullpen. Just 1 hit allowed over 4 innings with 7 strikeouts. Cubs righty Edward Cabrera starts against White Sox right-hander Sean Burke in the opener of a 3-game road series tonight on the south side. The White Sox are riding a 5-game winning streak after a 6-2 win over Kansas City on Thursday. Randall Grichuk hit a 2-run homer and drove in 4 runs. Save big when you bundle auto and home, renters, or condo with Progressive.
I'm Chuck Sanders on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN.
Say the untapped market for sales in rural areas currently underserved by
Liberty Mutual customized this.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast, brought to you by Primatene Mist. This afternoon, mostly sunny with a high near 84. A slight chance of showers and thunderstorms. Tonight, mostly cloudy with a low around 60. A chance of showers and thunderstorms. Looking ahead to Sunday, partly sunny with a high near 85. A chance of showers and thunderstorms. Currently, it's 71 and clear. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
Meet Morgan Jones. Morgan is about to step into a world unknown to most, thanks to Progressive's Renters Insurance, a place of fresh linens and turn-down service. You see, Morgan temporarily vacated her apartment and has gone to a hotel because a pipe burst in her apartment. A pipe that made her sense of reality and apartment ceiling all come crashing down. Luckily, Morgan checked into Progressive's Protection Zone. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers.
Get ready for an unforgettable night out in downtown St. Charles at O-Shows, where live music, dining, and entertainment come alive. Visit the iconic Arcada Theater at 105 East Main Street and experience the venue voted Chicagoland's premier entertainment destination. Whether you're enjoying a headliner concert, dining at Rock and Ravioli, or hitting the speakeasy at Club Arcada, O-Shows creates memories. Tickets and event info at oshows.com, and you can call 630-962-7000. That's 630-962-7000. Make your reservation, bring your friends, and plan your next event at O-Shows. Live music, dining, and entertainment, all in one place. Visit oshows.com and join the fun tonight. Supporter of the America's First Responder Fest.
It's time to wake up.
Yes!
And lock in to On the Rise.
Yes!
With host Mike Napolitano.
Cub fans have every right to be disappointed if this Cubs team continues on the trajectory that they're on and they miss the playoffs, or at best get a wild card spot. You are cooked at that point.
Mamma mia! Dalton Cooper.
Like, I would look out for my friends and be like, hey, you know, if you're ranking a little bit, I'm gonna let you know. I feel like that's a good friend. I'd be like, hey, did you smell yourself, or did you maybe did you fart, but something doesn't smell right.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
And Nick Johnston.
For the most part, to be fair, I don't want to completely, justify a sweep, but the Royals are red hot right now. Vinny Pasquantino might be Ted Williams reincarnated. I'm just kind of throwing that out there.
On WRMN 1410 AM, the voice of the Valley.
And welcome back, everybody. Ready to rock and roll on the rise right here live, WRMN 1410. We have a very special guest here. Mike, I'm going to toss over to you. Mike, who do we got?
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to On the Rise a 2008 World Series champion, a legend, multiple-time All-Star Home Run Derby champion, and now the primetime coach of the Indianapolis Clowns, Mr. Ryan Howard.
Hey, how you guys doing? Appreciate you guys for having me on.
Appreciate the time. Appreciate you coming on.
We had to switch the mic to red for the Phillies. Tell me a little bit about how Banana Ball has been different from your stint in the MLB.
It's been different. I mean, the entertainment value is insane. Normally, I didn't get out there and kind of do some dance moves, but they put me to work. So I had to dust up on my dance moves and had to loosen some stuff up. So it's been great. The entire atmosphere, the crew, everybody's like family, the teams, the players, everybody's been so welcoming. So it's been a great experience.
Dalton, you got something for him, I know?
No, I mean, I was just curious from the atmosphere standpoint. You played in a lot of playoff games, obviously World Series titles, everything in between. Is that the closest atmosphere you've seen being at Banana Ball? We had a chance to check it out last year when they were in Chicago and they packed the stadium. I mean, the energy is electric. You kind of talked about it there. So just from your perspective and obviously the things you've gone through, is that the closest thing you've come to experiencing those atmospheres?
Yeah, I mean, it's a different kind of like electricity that takes place because it's more about like the experience. It's the experience for the players, the experience more so for the fans. And so it's just one big party in a baseball game breaks out, So it's really having that fan interaction, I should say, and being able to be a part of that just keeps everybody like up on their toes and just continues to have fun the entire way.
We'll kick it back to the studio.
Yeah, Ryan, you're no stranger to the entertainment side. You're on one of my favorite episodes from one of my favorite shows. You're on an episode of Always Sunny in Philadelphia. So I just wanted to ask you, one, if you can remember, I know it's been some time, how was it shooting that? And two, if everyone remembers, the main storyline of that was getting Mac to have a catch with Chase Utley. So I just want to ask: has anyone written you a letter asking to have a catch, or maybe throw you some pitches to hit a home run off of you?
Well, first thing was it was absolutely amazing. Like the guys were hilarious. Number one, and they made it very easy for Chase and myself. So watching them in their element was awesome. No, I hadn't gotten any letters to have a catch, but the entire storyline was amazing. Like getting to be able to go back and go watch the entire episode and see the struggle of Mac trying to get down and the car breaking down and the whole nine. And then, we got the other guys, and they're wrestling, and they think Chase and I are just as drunk as they are, and we're like, we've been drinking water the entire time. So it was very, very entertaining, and it was awesome. Like especially for me, because playing alongside of Chase, and if you watch Chase, you look at him, you're like, man, that dude's pretty like hard nosed and stuff like that. So like both of us kind of getting out of our element, being on the field and watching him in that standpoint for me was probably like even more entertaining.
That's awesome.
Hey, Big Piece. This is Derek Geyer back in the studio. Just out of curiosity, I know that there's the golden batter rule. Now, is there any chance that you are going to don that gold cape and get out there and potentially try to jack one out there?
So I have done it before in the past. You just never know. You gotta stay tuned. So we'll see what happens. I'm sure at some point I'll try to get out there and get an AB. I'm kind of coming back off of a little mini foot procedure, so try not to foul anything off my foot. But once I'm 100% clear on that, you can bet that I'll step in there at least once or twice.
I totally forgot to add actor to that resume. I'm sorry. I totally forgot about the Always Sunny episode. But going back to your time in Philadelphia, I mentioned to you off camera a little bit that broke my heart a little bit in 2008 because I was my secondary team is the Rays, so I'm a little bit of a fan there. And they already steamrolled my first team in the White Sox en route to that World Series. But tell me a little bit about the magic in the clubhouse that year and what the feeling was with that 2008 Phillies team.
I mean, it was an amazing feeling. I mean, you got to go back to 2007 when Jimmy Rollins made the statement of us being the team to beat. We hadn't won anything. We hadn't done anything. That's at that point where we're the team that, you had to kind of get through. And so Jimmy made that comment, and we backed him up. We made it to the postseason that year. We got boat raced eventually by the Colorado Rockies, who were a buzzsaw. I think they won like 21 out of 22 games down the stretch and made it to the World Series that year. But I just remember being in spring training in 2008, and Jimmy and I were just talking about it. We said, why not us? And, the team just picked up right where we left off. And, we were able to get to the World Series. And in watching that series between Tampa Bay and Boston, we knew either way it was going to be a formidable opponent. And we knew what Boston was capable of and what they had done in the past. And pretty much kind of thought, I don't think anybody really gave Tampa Bay a shot. And so once Tampa Bay pulled off the proverbial upset, which we were kind of talking about a little bit off air, was when you've seen a team so many times and you're in that division, you're not afraid of it. And that Tampa Bay team was not afraid of Boston. And once we saw that that's who we were going to match up against, we were pretty much mirror images of each other. We had a lot of youth on there mixed in with experience and like some speed, and we had good pitching. So I was like, this is going to be a really good matchup.
Yeah, you mentioned a little bit about that Jimmy Rollins comment, kind of that Messier guarantee or Babe Ruth calling his shot, and then you guys got the job done. So, I mean, the history is written, but I'll throw it around the horn again one more time here for the boys if you guys have anything else.
Yeah, you have a lot of different Philly records and MLB records. Is there one specifically that stands out to you that you're most proud of? Can I give you my favorite one that I think you have? You have the most career golden sombreros, which is the game with at least 4 strikeouts. So I didn't know if there was like other like records or just something that is like, something you like to hang your hat on.
Well, apparently you hung the hat on it for me.
Damn, I mean, the golden sombrero.
I didn't even know
He's
I had a record. I had
guest.
a record for most golden sombreros.
What?
Yeah, it looks like you had 27 of them in your career.
Oh, wow. And I didn't even get any kind of votes for a Cy Young. That's rough right there. That is rough.
Oh, man.
So, no, I didn't even know that. But, I mean, I'll hit you on the flip, I guess, with probably the fastest 100 home runs type deal.
Yeah.
So but that's interesting. That's going to be good. Hey, you know what? Always strive to be number one.
There it is. Fewest games to 100. Fewest games for 150 home runs. You did that, and then you have the strikeouts by a Philly batter, career grand slams by a Philly batter as well. So, like I said, you got both ends here. There's nothing wrong with that.
You got to have the yin and the yang.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like you know, it's like a shot blocker in basketball. You're gonna get dunked on every once in a while.
Yes, and that's why banana ball is perfect because there's no bunting. We're going yard. You're here to hit the ball deep, baby. Yeah.
Ryan Howard joining us again on
stat guys.
Ryan Howard joining us again on The Rise. I want to ask, you've been a part of multiple home run derbies, but still put up amazing numbers throughout the year. So kind of that whole thing throughout the years, like, oh, you know, some people don't want to join the home run derby because it might mess up their swing, but you consistently were a part of them, but still put up major numbers on the power side. I just want to ask what your mindset was for that, or if you have any advice for other younger ball players that are kind of like that they don't want to join because it might mess up their swing.
Yeah, I mean, the first thing was just going in there to go have fun. I wasn't going to look to go change my swing to try to go hit home runs because obviously with what I was doing during the season, I was just going to take my natural swing in there and just do what I do. I mean, I think the first thing is you don't change your swing because clearly for you to be in the home run derby, you're doing something right when, you know, obviously the pitchers are supplying the power. So, you know, it's just getting your BP pitcher, they've got to be on point, and those guys are they're there. They are putting it where you need them to put it, and as long as you have them put it where you want it, your swing should just stay the same, and you shouldn't have to change anything.
Absolutely.
Derek, did you have one more from the studio?
Actually, Ryan, you know, after your playing career, you know, came to an end, you and your wife, Crystal, you guys started the Ryan Howard Big Piece Foundation back in 2013. Can you give our audience a little bit of insight as to what that is and how that is still going strong today?
Yeah, we've had Ryan Howard Big Piece Family Foundation where, you know, we've really just had the focus on both of us kind of growing up. Education was always at the forefront. Like for me, I wasn't allowed to go play sports or do practice or do anything unless my homework was done correctly. So for us, it was always about academics and athletics and just being able to provide kids the opportunity to be able to go academically and better themselves. So we were always kind of trying to provide, I guess, the big piece or missing piece to what some of these different schools have been able to do. So we had different events to where we were able to provide either laptops or iPads to different schools. We helped provide a library to a school in Philadelphia where they didn't have a library. So just trying to make the difference however we can and giving these kids the opportunity to try to better themselves and take themselves to the next level.
Awesome.
Somebody like that does a lot of philanthropy and a lot of foundation work like that is perfect for Banana Ball because that's a lot of what the message is here. It's family fun environment. There is the Bananas Foster and everything. So stepping into the Banana Ball world kind of seems like a no-brainer for you. What's it like so far getting the chance to bring the Indianapolis Clowns back?
Oh, man, you hit the nail on the head. You know, it's a very family-oriented atmosphere. And like I said, I just feel like with everybody here from all the teams, all the staff, everybody's on the same page. Everybody's trying to achieve the same goals. So, you know, having the opportunity to be able to join when Jesse brought me the idea of reviving the Clowns and what the Clowns mean, the history of the Clowns. Like my son grew up in Kansas City, so I would always go to the Negro League Museum every year before I went down to spring training. And so that was near and dear to my heart. And I would always go pay homage to the players that came before me. And, you know, kind of, it was my preseason ritual, if you will. And so when this opportunity came back, when Jesse told me what he was trying to do, and he said he cleared it with, you know, Bob Kendrick, president of the Negro League Museum in Kansas City, I said, man, I'm in. So to be here in Indianapolis, bringing the Clowns back home, where it all began. It's been nothing short of amazing, and we're looking forward to it. Hopefully this rain holds off tonight. We can get out here, right the wrongs that took place last night, and get out here and go get this W.
You're born in St. Louis, played your career in Philly. So is this kind of like a halfway point for you? And what has Indy really done for you, especially being the Indianapolis Clowns and this beautiful backdrop we have behind us at Victory Field?
Yeah, I mean, it's been great. I mean, actually, you know, I have family up here in Indianapolis. my brother actually lives up here as well, so I got to see him last night. And so I've grown up coming to Indianapolis. So now obviously being back here, I never got the opportunity to be here at Victory Field. So when I was actually in the minor leagues, I had always heard about Victory Field and I'd seen it on TV. So to actually be here, it's a very, very beautiful field here. So it's kind of like, baseball and in a roundabout way, bringing me back and having me be able to experience this place, which I always kind of thought about. But it's something that's very, very special. And again, like it's such an honor to be able to don the Clowns name and what the history of the organization is and be able to try to do right by them.
We've seen, I'll throw it back to you guys in just a second, but we've seen a lot of the history on display here. They've rolled out the red carpet to honor greats like Hank Aaron or Mammy Peanut Johnson, but a lot of greats that have played here for the Indianapolis Indians throughout the year too, including Minnie Minoso and Paul Konerko, who was a third baseman here, which is crazy. And White Sox fans may not remember that, but even current legends like Andrew McCutchen and Paul Skeens was here not too long ago, but add one to the list in Ryan Howard. So, but I'll throw it to you guys.
No, I think Derek had one more.
Oh, I was actually going to ask Ryan, aside from being philanthropic, helping the youth out there, you are also an author as well with the I'm sorry, I just lost it here. The Little Rhino book series. Can you tell our audience a little bit about that?
Yeah, it was something. So my wife has a background as a teacher. And so, she just came and we were just kind of talking about it, just writing kind of a children's book. So kind of like just loosely based on like our experiences as kids kind of growing up, and wanted to be able to just put something out there to where it can give kids like the opportunity to see like with certain situations as they're growing up, that they're not the only ones that kind of go through it, and try to give them like little resolutions, if you will, to be able to kind of handle different things. So we came up with the book series, and it's important for kids to be able to have that literacy by second, third grade, because we wanted to be able to give them something to be able to read and understand and kind of like tie into. And so it's been something that has been very, very fun for us, and had a lot of enjoyment doing it.
Very cool.
No, that's awesome. That's awesome. You mentioned the missus. She was a former Philadelphia Eagles cheerleader. Obviously, with the schedule release coming out this week, I can only assume that you're a Philadelphia Eagles fan. So do you have maybe your prediction for the Eagles this season, or what do you want to see from the team differently than what you've seen in years past?
I am an Eagles fan. I just think this year they just got to get back to being what they were. I mean, I think I love Jalen Hurts as the quarterback. I think they have the pieces to go back and do what they need to do. It's just a matter, I think, of they had some tough play calls last year, and see how the new OC does and see what they can go and do from there. But they definitely have the talent. You've added to it, and so we'll see what they can do.
Yeah, we'd love to have you on back when they play in the beginning. The Eagles and Bears play, I think, week 3. So, we'll be friends until that week comes.
That's exactly where I was going with that. Yeah. So, talking a little bit more about Banana Ball. I mean, you got to be a guest when they went to Philadelphia. Now you're here coaching. Tell me a little bit about the change from just being a guest to now being full blown in this new set of rules in Banana Ball, and you're learning basically kind of a new sport.
Yeah, I mean it's learning that, understanding the rules of the game and how the game goes. But I mean the game itself is still at the base thing. So you got to catch the ball, hit the ball, run, and try to outscore the other team. So and outdance them too while you can. So we're going out there, we're playing some clown brand of baseball, and that's the thing we want to really try to establish ourselves with, is going out and establishing like our own brand of baseball. And so that's the fun part about it, because we get to continually like evolve as the Clowns and bring in the history as well, but add some new school twists to it.
I know you said you're on the IR a little bit, but not too left feet. Are you a big dancer? You getting out there a little bit?
Man, I try every once in a while. So like my daughters all dance, so it's I got to show them they didn't get it all from from mom that dad's got some moves in him and whatnot. So the legs took the brunt of the hits and stuff like that from playing ball, but it still got, a couple moves in the bag.
Now we're still early in this banana ball season. You're just joining in as the coach, but I mean, kind of what has been the best thing so far, and what are you looking forward to most going forward throughout the rest of this tour?
I think the best thing thus far, we played the Loco Beach Coconuts, so obviously beating my old teammate Shane, but that's always fun. But I think it's just the continued experience of, being able to get to the different cities, and then afterwards the interaction with the fans, and people coming up and talking about how great of a time that they had. And that's what it's all about. I mean, I think with the entire Banana Ball organization, it's all about the fans, and you put the fans first, and it's all about creating the best experiences that we can for them and going out there and trying to go win the game. So that's been kind of the biggest thing, I think. And then just continuing to, again, try to build Clowns baseball and build that brand.
Well, we're looking forward to maybe seeing eventually more teams added to the league, and then you've got the title Indianapolis in the Clowns' name. Maybe a couple more games in Indianapolis throughout the year going forward next year, because the schedule's already set for this year. Maybe even playoffs this year, maybe, right?
Yeah, I would think so. So, I mean, obviously with the name being in there, you got to think there's going to be some more games coming through Indianapolis. So stay tuned and be ready.
We'd love to have you guys in Chicago. I know this year it's the Firefighters and Bananas once again at Wrigley in late July. But what is one thing, if people get to come out and actually see the show, that you don't think they fully grasp until they see it in person about Banana Ball? And that might be different too, right? Because there's different teams with different themes, right? So maybe just specifically for the Clowns.
I think it's that. So, I mean, you're going to see different themes and with every team. So again, like I say, we're being a new organization. So it's like now, trying to draw in from the history of what the Clowns did and kind of putting some new school spins on it. That's what we're trying to do. And so I think that's what you're going to come and you're going to see. We're going to go out, we're going to hit, we're going to run. We're going to do what we do baseball wise, but you gotta come and tune into the show to come catch some of the new hotness that's taking place.
We've already seen some shadow ball here, like the original Indianapolis Clowns, and then juggling. Were you able to juggle before? Are you able to juggle now?
I cannot juggle. The only thing I'm juggling is schedules. So, but I mean, I think everybody on the team thus far has learned. So I'm gonna have to try to put my juggling skills to the test and try to figure out how to juggle.
Sweet. I'll kick it back to the studio real quick. Did you guys have anything right before we go?
No, I think we were A-okay over here.
I did have one quick one. You have a fraternal twin brother named Corey and then an older brother. You were quoted as still being the shortest Howard boy. Is that still correct? Are you still the shortest one of your brothers?
Jeez, that is affirmative. I am the runt
crazy.
of the boys. Yeah, I was just with my big brother earlier today.
Come on,
so
Dalton.
He came through last night, and so yeah, I am the smallest of the three.
Man, that's crazy.
Smallest of the three, but he's the big piece, right? And he can definitely show the power when he gets up into the box. So I think he commands. What's the saying? Walk softly, but carry a big stick. And this man, I mean, he's got the bat to prove it. So I mean, this has been a phenomenal. Thank you so much for jumping on. We hope to see you in the win column tonight. Get back on it. It's such a historic event going on here with bringing the Clowns back to Indianapolis. Victory Field in the background. It's just the perfect backdrop and setting for something historic like this. So good luck tonight, and we hope to be talking to you soon.
No, thank you guys, and thank you so much for having me on.
Absolutely. Gentlemen, we'll be right back. I'll
Thanks, Ryan.
To you in the studio.
Thank you, Ryan. Appreciate the time. When we're gonna still get a little bit of time, obviously.
Golden sombrero and the smallest brother. Come on,
I'm just reading what's online,
what the hell are you doing?
I'm just reading what's online.
We want these guys to return. We want them to be friends of the show is the key word.
Big
friends.
J journalism.
Wow.
This is what the people
Holy
really want to know.
Smurf.
More on the rise when we return.
Progressive presents the Sports Flash on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN.
The White Sox are riding a 5-game winning streak after a 6-2 win over Kansas City on Thursday. Randall Grichuk hit a 2-run homer and drove in 4 runs. The Cubs shut out the Braves 2-0 on Thursday in Atlanta. Chris Sale suffered the loss. He's 6-3. Chicago snapped a 4-game losing skid and ended Atlanta's 4-game winning streak. 5 Cubs pitchers combined for the shutout. Ben Brown made his second straight start after starting the season with 12 appearances on in the bullpen. Just 1 hit allowed over 4 innings with 7 strikeouts. Cubs righty Edward Cabrera starts against White Sox right-hander Sean Burke in the opener of a 3-game road series tonight on the South Side. The NFL released its schedule on Thursday. The Bears open the season on the road at Carolina on Sunday, September the 13th. The home half of the schedule opens a week later against the Vikings. Save big when you bundle auto and home, renters, or condo with Progressive.
I'm Chuck Sanders on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN.
The new My Lowe's Pro Rewards American Express card. Earn 3 points per dollar spent on Lowe's qualifying purchases for the first 6 months after card account opening. Plus, save 5% every day on eligible purchases at Lowe's and earn points on eligible purchases everywhere else Amex is accepted. Card members get more at Lowe's. Subject to credit approval. 5% can't be combined with any other offer. Exclusions and restrictions apply. Points subject to loyalty terms at Lowe's.com/terms and credit reward terms at Synchrony.com/MLPRA-terms. Visit Lowe's.com/business credit.
Checked Allstate first and saved hundreds on my car insurance. Really smart. Unfortunately, I didn't check if I took the gas hose out of my car's tank. Ooh, not smart. And I drove off while still attached to pump number 3.
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds.
Potential savings vary, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
It all comes down to this, folks.
Yep, the entire season is on the line.
But my throat has officially thrown in the towel.
Sounds like you need Vicks VapoCool drops. They're max strength and vaporize sore throat pain.
Whoa! These VapoCool drops hit fast.
Speaking of fast, did you just see that play?
Yeah, he vaporized that ball.
That pun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed.
Building a house is hard, but have you tried removing one? Flood Brothers takes the mess out of demolition. With fast roll-off dumpster delivery, reliable debris pickup, and a family-owned team that takes service personally. Call 630-261-0400 or visit floodbrothersdisposal.com. Flood Brothers Disposal, proud sponsor of America's First Responders Fest.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast, brought to you by Primatene Mist. This afternoon, mostly sunny with a high near 84. A slight chance of showers and thunderstorms. Tonight, mostly cloudy with a low around 60. A chance of showers and thunderstorms. Looking ahead to Sunday, partly sunny with a high near 85. A chance of showers and thunderstorms. Currently, it's 71 and clear. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
Meet Morgan Jones. Morgan is about to step into a world unknown to most, thanks to Progressive's Renters Insurance, a place of fresh linens and turn-down service. You see, Morgan temporarily vacated her apartment and has gone to a hotel because a pipe burst in her apartment. A pipe that made her sense of reality and apartment ceiling all come crashing down. Luckily, Morgan checked into Progressive's Protection Zone. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. WRMN 1410 on the rise in the building. Just coming off a slew of interviews. If you haven't already, first off, like, subscribe, follow along at home if you're on the YouTube side of things, so you can actually see all of our beautiful faces, as well as recap and get anything you didn't get to live. Obviously, our Derek Showman interview to start off the show. Later on, got to Ryan Howard, MLB World Series great Ryan Howard as well.
Mr. Little.
Yeah. Any other insults you want to throw his way, Dalton?
They were good. The golden sombrero is like one of the most coveted phrases in baseball. It's probably my favorite phrase in baseball. I had no idea that he was the master of the golden sombrero. So I mean,
okay, hey Mike, I do have a question for you, because as you're sitting there next to Ryan Howard and Dalton asked that question, what was his reaction? I mean, I couldn't really tell it on the tube.
Did a very good job of hiding it.
No, I mean, we were laughing over here. I mean, he off camera during our commercial break just now, he's like, man, he goes, that was one of the best stats I've ever heard pulled out about me. Like, I didn't even know. So kudos to Dalton for asking that.
Okay.
But also he was like shaking his head. He was like, I can't believe that's like, I didn't get an award for it, you know? So, yeah. I told him, I said, that's Dalton. That's our stat guy, you know?
Any other embarrassing moments you want to, did he like fail at prom or something like that? Did he?
He went in for that first kiss with the, prom date, and, he shanked it, and it went,
I'm sorry. This was, I don't know. This was funny. That was funny. That was good.
I mean, come on.
That was good.
Golden sombrero, guys. We should send him one. That's honestly, we should make one and send it to the field in honor of WRMN, in honor of On the Rise. Thanks for joining us. Here's your golden sombrero that you never got from the MLB.
That is not the worst. That is not the worst thing. That's that. You know what? Slowly this is growing on me now that you kind of bring this up. So.
I do like it.
Good move
on you, Dalton. It goes along with the golden batter rule, right? So maybe instead of pulling them out with the golden helmet on next time, the Bananas pull them out with the golden sombrero. Maybe hopefully they don't beat WRMN too. We gotta get a
patent. Yeah, get a TM on that. Trademark
maybe put some chips in there too. Little dip.
Ooh, okay.
Like what Blake had last weekend at Texas.
Yeah, we're bordering the Rangers sombrero nachos now. Yeah.
Yeah, and now all of a sudden the Savannah Bananas have a new gimmick.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. You're welcome, Jesse Cole.
You're welcome. We want some royalties though.
Exactly right.
Hey, you want any more wacky gimmicks?
Well, we'll transition here from the diamond over to the field as we had the NFL schedule went ahead and was released. A big there was obviously with the schedule release, some people get a couple of spoilers beforehand, so some already knew that who was going to be facing each other come Thanksgiving or even Christmas Day. But sure enough, Bears schedule. Everyone does their big schedule release. Did anyone see or questions, comments, concerns on the Bears release video? It seems like they did a Bob Ross style schedule release in the video. Okay. Yeah, it seems like it was pretty good.
I did see that. Yeah.
I know the Chargers did the Simpsons.
Halo too, I think.
Oh yeah, someone did a Halo one.
They're always great though.
Yeah,
the best social media department in the league for sure.
But sure enough, here we are. This is the Bears schedule, and some of these games you can be able to listen to right here on WRMN 1410. To open up the season, the Bears are at the Carolina Panthers. They then host the Minnesota Vikings. Primetime game, a Monday night game here against the Eagles at home. Week 3, week 4 against the Jets. Week 5, first time facing the Packers, this time at home.
Suck.
Yeah. Week 6 at Atlanta against the Falcons. Week 7 against the defending AFC champions, the New England Patriots. Week 8 against the defending Super Bowl champions in the Seattle Seahawks come week 8. Week 9, Buccaneers, another Sunday night game right there. A bye week in week 10. I actually do like where that's placed. I'll get to that in a little bit more. Week 11, get the Saints at home. Week 12, you have the Lions at home. Week 13, the Jaguars also at home. Then go on a little bit of the road. Dolphins week 14. Buffalo week 15, and then week 16, a big Christmas Day game against the Packers, rounding it out. Lions in week 17, and then the Vikings in week 18. So 3 divisional games to round out the season, a week 10 bye week, and 8 primetime games scheduled throughout this entire season. Derek, I'll throw it over to you. What was your initial reaction to the Bears schedule being released? Do you like where the games are at? Do you like how it's kind of balanced out, or do you have a quarrel with it?
Right now, looking at it, and I didn't realize this at first glance, but when you got to week 7, 8, and 9, so they are on Thursday Night Football.
Yep, 3 straight primetime games, yeah.
Then they come back, and they are on a Monday night game, followed that Thursday night game, and then again it's Sunday Night Football. But I mean, if the schedule is going to be difficult, and it already is like the hardest schedule right there, I mean, the defending AFC champs followed by the Super Bowl champs on short rest. Like, holy smurf.
Yeah, that could be a tough one for sure. Yeah, overall, like I said, I think a lot of huge exposure throughout. Like I said, 8 primetime games littered throughout. I'm on the side of I don't think the Patriots are going to get back into playoff form, especially with all the nonsense that's going on outside the field. But that's a whole different ball game. I mean, like I said, initial reaction, I think that wasn't too bad. I kind of like the balance. You knew there was going to be a harder schedule for sure. But what were your thoughts? I'll flip it over to you, Dalton.
I agree with Derek, that stretch. I think it's the other side of that stretch, though, because at least they have 10 days between the Patriots and Seahawks, but they only turn around and come home and play the Buccaneers on 6 days rest. So that I think is going to be more of the issue. And then they have it looks like I think they have a little bit of a lull. I didn't mind where the bye was. I thought it was interesting. They got 3 straight home games, and like 3 out of the first 4 weeks are at home. Which, if I was like to make one request for an NFL team, if I could have in my opinion, it's like to never play back-to-back road games, and they're gonna have to do it twice this year, which I think is always tough. But I think they'll be fine. It's year 2. I don't think the schedule is going to be the reason why this team is not successful. I think they'll be just fine. I think you have a top 5, top 10 quarterback. You have a top 5, top 10 coach. Like, they should be fine. The only question is like, can they replicate what the success they had on defense with the 31st ranked pass rush that they didn't do anything for? So that is going to be the glaring question that we're going to have to figure out right away. But like I said, I don't think the schedule's terrible. I think there's some hiccups, but you can find that in every schedule.
Yeah, schedules come and go. Obviously, you play who's ever in front of you. Mike, I want to get your initial thoughts on the Bears schedule release.
Yeah, pretty much everything you guys covered in that were my, I guess you could say, concerns or lack thereof of concerns. I think the schedule setup and where the Bears are home and away and where the bye week is, I think you guys touched upon that. My biggest concern, and this is before the actual schedule gets released, is you know who you're going to be playing, right? They announced the teams that the Bears will be playing. With winning the division, you're going to play the other division winners. So my concern is, can the Bears stay at this pinnacle? Because they won a lot of really close games last year that, by either the skin of their teeth or a late comeback. And it's like, can you still do that against top teams? I'm not saying it was an easy schedule last year, but can you replicate that with a couple of personnel changes? I think you guys all touched upon the fact that, you have a top 5, top 10 quarterback and wide receiver. So I think the offense will still continue to do what they do, especially with another year under their belt, another year of Ben Johnson. But will there be any lacks of whether it's offense or defense going down the stretch in a game? Can you always pull out that miracle in the end? So I think we're going to see, once we start getting into training camp and preseason, how things shape out. And really, you can't get a good gauge right until the actual season starts. But I'm excited for Bears football come the fall, for sure. I think this is a really great time to be a Bears fan in Chicago, and the future is bright. Can we just figure out where the Bears are going to be playing?
Yeah. I think, again, one of my bigger takeaways for sure was 8 primetime games. Finally, the league and Roger Goodell sees the Bears. Like, okay, the Bears are doing well. Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. Viewership through the roof. I'm sure sales and everything else true to the roof, as they say. I think that was a bigger one for sure, knowing that Thanksgiving or early Thanksgiving game, so get up bright and early for that one, or you have to take a little bit of a step back on your Turkey Bowl game to have that go a little bit earlier or something like that, so you can get home and watch the Bears come Thanksgiving. But then again, also a big one for sure. On top of the, I don't know what. Christmas Eve, Christmas Day Eve. They're having the day. They're having the day. The NFL is just taking over in the sense of like they're the day before Thanksgiving. They're on Thanksgiving. They're the Black Friday. They're going to be the Saturday game after. They're taking full advantage of it, and just you're seeing that all in the full swing of the Bears getting a Christmas Day game. So
the only thing that the NFL is missing this year, as far as like a schedule, to have a scheduled day game or game, is Tuesday.
I'm not opposed to it. There's nothing on Tuesdays. So
and you You also forgot that the NFL forgot Chicago's comp picks that they never got. Also,
that is true too. That is very true.
Come on, how about all those boyfriends that are good out there that tell their girlfriend, "Hey, I'm skipping Tuesday night football so we could go out on date night."
Oh,
If you
yeah.
put a Tuesday night game, now you're ruining that, right?
Well, we're already going to be battling behind the 8 ball here as what is it? February 14th, Valentine's Day is the Super Bowl this year.
Baby.
So
I did see that, actually.
tough one for sure for the people that have the spouse or two on that side.
I can see a lot of people being single, either leading up to or right after that.
Speaking for yourself
Love
there,
is in the air.
Michael.
Yeah, usually, right around, maybe break up right around Martin Luther King Jr. Day, so like the 14th of January.
Don't have to get a gift or anything.
Yeah, no, nothing around that time. You take a month off. Yeah, that's right around end of Valentine's Day, end of Super Bowl, and then you get back in the swing of things come March.
I thought it was like around Christmas time. Like
you can do that too.
Week before Christmas. Then, then you're single. All the way. After Valentine's Day.
Not to get on a side tangent, but I did have a friend who was habitually like that. He would kind of he would get into an argument with his girlfriend around a couple of weeks before Christmas, break up, and then come together about a week or two after New Year's Eve. So that I'm like, you're such a scumbag.
Wouldn't the time frame be before Thanksgiving? That way you don't have to go to that person's house and hang out with your family.
That's kind of where the wheels keep turning. You make a big fuss at the Thanksgiving dinner. That's what gets the ball rolling of the whole breakup.
But you get the food. But you get the food.
That's exactly. You need
what
your
Dalton's
food.
referring to is the turkey drop. That's what they call it. Right as you come home for Thanksgiving break or whatever for those college kids and stuff.
Yeah, is Ryan Howard
the
there?
Bears have a turkey drop with mismanaging timeouts again on Thanksgiving Day. I think Ben Johnson's got things covered though now.
Definitely makes sense. I'm gonna go quickly over here. So primetime games across the board. Any reaction to the Titans, the Raiders, the Jets, the Dolphins, and the Cardinals not having a single primetime game? So we're not going to be able to see any of Fernando Mendoza on primetime. No David Bailey. Nothing along the sides there. Not going to see Jeremiah Love on the primetime side just yet. Anything on that side in terms of the 0 primetime games, or just any of the primetime games that we're going to be able to see throughout the year?
No, I mean, they're bad franchises for a reason. You can't reward. I mean, the NFL is finally figuring this out to where you literally made the point where they're taking over the TV schedules because they're putting all of the games that we want to watch on prime time. Like, they're definitely doing it for business. So, and don't disrespect Malik Willis like that in front of me. I would really appreciate it if you didn't do that.
That's what I was kind of getting to. This is your Dolphins squad, Dalton. You got to stick up for them. Why are we not getting any Dolphins? Come on, man.
Because they have the lowest win total, I think, projection in Vegas. It's either them or the Cardinals. I mean, I think their over-under right now is like 4.5 in Vegas. So when they go 10-7, maybe they'll get a flex game at the end of the year, and I'll wake up from my dream at that point.
They just can't do that cold weather, And prime time is when it's snowing in these dome stadiums, I guess, now, right?
Yeah.
I would rather do a shot of Malort than watch those games.
So
no, we're back to that.
Yeah, my apologies. I'm looking at the breakdown of primetime games. Maybe the idea of I don't know what they consider a primetime game. Maybe I don't know. Maybe they do consider the Thanksgiving games as primetime games. I heard 8, but I'm looking at 5 right now. So that's my apologies on that one. So 7 for the Rams, 6 for the Packers, Chiefs, Bills, and Seahawks, and then 5 for the Cowboys, Eagles, Bears, and Patriots, as well as the 49ers. So.
And quarterbacks too. Quarterbacks are primetime television. Like if you don't have a quarterback, you're not playing in primetime. And Malik Willis hasn't proven it yet, but he might.
Yeah, absolutely. Were there any other big takeaways from the NFL schedule release? Was there any big games that you have to get out to, or was there a team that you feel like, oh man, this is a brutal schedule for this team? I saw your hand go up there, Dalton. Go
the Niners have to travel. I think it's over 47,000 flight miles this year.
It is something ridiculous.
The most in the NFL. I think it's probably the most in history. So that was fascinating from that standpoint. And that team's already a little bit older, and they already have the power plant issue, practice facility conspiracy going on. So to have an old team, I feel like this might be the year that we might see the 49ers actually maybe kind of really take a step back and be like, whoa, what happened to this team?
That could be the case.
It's been debunked that the power plant is an issue, but yes, they were playing next to that power plant, and the injury list, the long injury list, is uncanny, right? So for them to add more travel to that schedule for the 49ers, that's a tough look. That's a tough break.
Yeah, absolutely.
They do get to go down under, though.
Exactly. Yeah, that was a big chunk of their big chunk of their schedule, or big chunk of their travel is the travel there and back of Australia. So we'll see how that game goes. That's a nice transition too. Any thoughts on the expansion? How many more international games, or where they're at, or do we want more of these? Do we want to wake up at 9 a.m. for these games?
Well, as far as the reports and everything that I've read or come across, is that they are trying to get every single team to go overseas at least one game during an NFL season.
Okay. Wow.
So
a lot.
That's, I mean, you saw it last year with last year's Super Bowl, with them bringing in, who was it, Bad Bunny?
Bad Bunny.
Okay. No disrespect or anything to Bad Bunny. I mean, they are trying to hit all the major markets. He's a major pop star. Had absolutely no problem with that. And this is just their way of trying to, push it out even further.
Okay. That's fair. Any other final questions, thoughts, concerns on the NFL schedule? Any other teams that we might want to touch upon before we move on? Talk a little, maybe some Boomers, Cougars, Dogs. Go for it.
Can we talk about how the Chiefs got like the easiest break of all time with their star quarterback, coming back off of like the worst injury he's obviously had in his whole career, and how they set that whole thing up?
Oh, you elaborate. Tell me more.
I was literally pulling it up. I remember seeing this on Twitter, and everybody was having a feeding frenzy in the fact that, the NFL is rigging it for Kansas City and X, Y, and Z. So they're going to play the Broncos, the Colts, the Dolphins, Raiders, Chargers to start the season. Now, Mahomes did come back from like OTAs. He's anticipating to start the season, which is going to be insane to begin with.
Yeah,
if that happens. But I just feel like they got a little bit of a front-loaded schedule if you look at it, because then they have a nice little lull. They have the Jets, the Falcons, the Cardinals right after kind of that start where they have to play the division opponents. So I thought that was interesting. And then the Texans got a great break. So the Texans have a really favorable schedule. It's going to be interesting if C.J. Stroud is their future quarterback. There's been rumors about him going somewhere else, which is interesting now that the Rams took a quarterback in the draft, because all the rumors were like, oh, this guy's going to go to L.A. or this guy's going to go to L.A. to replace Stafford. But, that door's kind of shut right now with Ty Simpson getting drafted.
Yeah, head scratcher to say the least on that one.
Last thing, too, as a group panel, what's the over-under on the amount of games that Aaron Glenn is going to survive this season before he gets fired for the Jets? I'm going to set it at about 5.5.
Ooh, I like that. Wow. I'll go over. I'll go over, but it won't be by much. It might be like game 6 or game 7. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thinking probably 7.
The Bears. They play the Bears week 3, and I know, maybe it's week 2, it's week 4. And I know Ben Johnson would love nothing more than to maybe humiliate another coach that's not Matt LaFleur.
And that might be the loss that gets the ball rolling of like, all right, we should probably get rid of this Glenn guy. Like if it's a schwupping like we hope it is, probably on the Bears side of maybe, I don't know, like 30 something to 10. I don't know. That'd be nice. But poor Garrett Wilson and Breece Hall. They deserve so much better. They just deserve so much better. That's just me on my fantasy side of things. But quickly, if we're good on the NFL side, we got a couple more minutes. We can talk a little bit of some minor league guys. We had the Chicago Dogs start their season off yesterday as well. I would assume the King County Cougars is also getting underway as well. I'll quickly just get to it. Chicago Dogs went ahead, took a 4-3 win over the Sioux City Explorers on their opening night, having their new Chicago Wiener jersey giveaway. That was also pretty nice to see. Pretty good. Packed house. And it was close. It was 2-2, essentially all game long. And then a go-ahead 2-run shot in the bottom of the 8th gives the Dogs a 4-3 lead. And sure enough, they were able to hold on to it. So, again, I just some inside baseball. I was running the wireless camera yesterday. We took a shot of the guy on the dog's chair, in the dog chair, the big
please tell me you fall out of it.
No, quite the opposite. We got a shot of him in the dog's chair, like in the, like I said, the really high up chair, And then the very next pitch, boom, home run. And like I said, so I don't want to say I called it or I jinxed it in the right way, but sure enough, that was exactly what had happened. So nice game one for the Dogs. We'll get underway and complete this series the rest of the way today and tomorrow over at Impact Field. So it should be fun. Should be a nice little beginning of the season. And sure enough, it was last night. So can't wait.
Has that home run landed yet?
Oh yeah, definitely did.
That was a moonshot.
Yeah, it was. It for sure was. Even Aaron on the call, he had mentioned that he was predicting that this guy can go ahead and hit a bomb almost 500 feet, and sure enough, it definitely did. It didn't go that far. Sure,
hit the netting or
it was close.
Came close.
It went over the concourse. It definitely was on the street in that back wall. So that was a mammoth shot right there to get the Dogs on the way and get a big win early. And like I said, take advantage of the Sioux City Explorers. So should be good. Like I said, game 2 tonight. First pitch is at 6. I'll be making my way over there a little bit later. So should be fun. Should be good.
Yeah, King County took care of business last night. They beat Kansas City 3-2. I believe it's the Monarchs, if I'm not mistaken. But They had their ring ceremonies. They had the double cups on the field. They did it up right. Obviously, we all know they're going for a three-peat this year. I don't think it's ever been done. I think we established that, right, Mike? And it's never been done before. So
right,
starting off on the right foot.
Yeah, we had Colin Rudisil on, and he said, yeah, it's never been done before. I believe the commissioner of the American Association said the same, Josh Schaub, when we had him on. Yet another former Negro League team in the Kansas City Monarchs that have been brought back. A lot of history that we've talked about, so I have so much content coming out from here from Victory Field. So stay tuned to all of our socials. It'll be up on the Rise and the WRMN Instagrams as well as mine. I probably did like 12 interviews yesterday, and we're about to go do another 12, including the whole show full of guests that we had today. And I mean, we just keep it rolling here. We're going to have so much banana ball and just baseball and historic baseball coverage for WRMN for like a month. I mean, we've got content coming out of our you-know-whats, basically. But also the Boomers started this past week. They are now 5-2, a sweep in their home opener series. They're pretty much leading their division and almost leading the league. They fell short in Washington last night, but looking to get back on it this weekend. We'll be back at Boomers sometime soon. I got to double check my calendar because I am everywhere. We're back here in Indy next weekend for the Indy 500. And we're just looking to see more banana ball here tonight, in addition to even more baseball when we come home with T-Lo will be at the White Sox and Cubs game tonight, and I'll be covering that same Crosstown series tomorrow. So, boy, oh boy, is it a fun time for sports, especially for us, WRMN. We didn't even get a chance to talk about the Chicago Fire and McDonald's Park. We'll have to go more into that next week and maybe speculate, hey, do the White Sox have room to build over near the 78 as well, just like the Fire? But exciting things happening for the Fire. Hugo Kuipers is not human. This man is an absolute mutant in all the best ways. As Derek Shulman would say, a psychopath. This man has scored in 9 straight games for the Fire, which has never been done in Fire history, and he's chasing a couple of league records as well, as they made it back to the win column just this past Wednesday against DC United.
Burger King has a chance to do the funniest thing ever. We can all agree, right, with the White Sox?
Burger King?
Yeah, because now McDonald's is with the Fire, so Burger King can get hooked up with the Sox.
Ooh.
And they could go.
Yeah, but they fired the King.
There we go.
There it is.
Well, there you have it, folks. Quickly, hopefully you saw the Indy 500. Maybe you saw Zed's going to be the headliner for that Snake Pit, so that'd be pretty cool if you want to head down and get some content with that too. Content coming out of the ears, exactly right. Make sure you're liking, sharing, subscribing over on every single thing that we have here, whether it's our YouTube side of things, Instagram, Twitter, everything. We're all putting it all together, and we couldn't be more fantastic. Great show today, boys.
Thank you to Derek Shulman, Joe Lytle, and Ryan Howard for coming on for On the Rise.
Absolutely. And thank you to you,
as
Derek.
Well as Maddie, the HR coordinator, or the PR coordinator here.
Thanks, guys. Take care.
When your car needs trusted care, think All Around Auto Body in Schaumburg. Family owned for over 30 years, they deliver high-quality collision repair and dependable service